You've talked about, and Senator McCain has talked about, you want to eliminate earmarks, that you want to reduce government spending, that you want to keep taxes low, you want to reform government. You've used the term reform a lot. Senator McCain has used the term reform a lot. Many people have gone to Washington, and they've made these promises, especially when it comes to cutting spending, and it doesn't happen. How do you make this happen? Look how partisan it is in Washington right now. How do you get that accomplished?
Yeah, it's gridlock, and that's ridiculous. That's why we don't have an energy policy. That's why there hasn't been the reform of the abuse of the earmark process. And real reform is tough, and you do ruffle feathers along the way. But John McCain has that streak of independence in him that I think is very, very important in America today in our leadership. I have that within me also, and that's why John McCain tapped me to be a team of mavericks, of independents coming in there without the allegiances to that cronyism, to that good old boy system. I'm certainly a Washington outsider, and I'm proud of that, because I think that that is what we need also as a team member in this, on this new team promising the reform. Reform that actually happens is tough, and you can't just talk about it, and you can't just talk about your years of experience in a system, a bureaucratic system. You have to show example, and what I've done is have been able to show example as a mayor, cutting taxes every year that I was in office, as a governor now, suspending our fuel tax recently, getting our handle on the state's budget in Alaska, growing a surplus so that we can return that surplus right back to the people of Alaska, which we've recently done.
Let me go into that. The people of Alaska get, for example, there's no income tax, there's no sales tax in Alaska.
There are in individual communities.
But no state sales tax.
Correct.
The average citizen, if I was a resident of Alaska, you would write me a check every year for $2,069?
Well, depending on how the stock market's doing over the last 5 years, an average.
And then you also gave recently a check, an extra check for $1,200?
I did, because the price of a barrel of oil is so high right now that state coffers are growing, but the family's checkbook is being decimated because of the high cost of energy.
I have to move to Alaska. New York taxes are killing me. So.
Well, what we're doing up there, though, is returning a share of resource development dollars back to the people who own the resources. And our Constitution up there mandates that as you develop resources, is to be for the maximum benefit of the people. Not the corporations, not the government, but the people of Alaska.
Senator Obama on the campaign trail, and Senator Biden as well, they often criticize John McCain that, well, his plan is he's going to continue the policies of tax cuts for the wealthy. For those that maybe buy into that class warfare agreement or think, why shouldn't the rich pay more? My question to you is the converse. Why does everyone benefit if the rich pays less, or if everybody pays less in taxes? Why is that good for the economy?
That's a great question, and everybody does benefit when government takes less from the people, no matter what their income bracket is, because our businesses then and our families are able to keep more of what they're earning, reinvest in what they have as priorities. That's how jobs are created, and that's how we're going to grow our economy. But let me talk really quickly about our opponent's position on taxes. Barack Obama has had 94 opportunities to be on the side of the American taxpayer, and 94 times he has chosen to be on the opposite side. He could have either voted for tax cuts or at least not for tax increases, and 94 times he has chosen, I believe, the wrong position on those.
And that's going to be a key issue in this campaign. Things have gotten pretty heated in the campaign trail, and especially in the last 2 days. There were 2 weeks where I think you were the focus of the attack. Now it seems that the focus of the attack is Senator McCain. Do you think these attacks, and ratcheting up these attacks by Barack Obama, I don't know if you had a chance to see his speech yesterday, and by Senator Biden, do you think these attacks will be effective?
I think the American people are getting down to the facts, and they're looking at voting records, and they're looking at allegiances, and they're looking at what a vision is that each candidate holds and is sharing with the American people. And there is such stark contrast between Barack Obama and Senator John McCain. And happy to talk about those contrasts, because this is what it's all about. People are interested in what the issues are that are affecting their daily lives. Americans are. They want to know that government is going to be put back on the side of the people, and that it will be their will implemented in their government. The people of America realize that inherently all political power is inherent in the people, and government is to be implemented, policies are, on behalf of the people and the will that they desire that their government engage in. We can't underestimate the wisdom of the people of America. They're seeing through the rhetoric, and they're seeing through a lot of the political cheap shots also, and they're getting down to the facts and the voting records that are going to show that stark contrast.